Welcome to Shameless. Here we explore the transformative power of courage and action.
Thank you for joining us today. If you've enjoyed our conversations and you want to have more insightful discussions and hear from other incredible guests, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us to grow and continue bringing this amazing content. Thanks for joining in and enjoy today's episode of Shameless Podcast.
Why do you think that SADC or the Southern African region is lagging behind the East African bloc in regards to the common market agenda?
It's not really that it's lagging behind. If you look on the integration index, that publication which is always released by African Union, there are 6 categories of assessing the member state in terms of the integration. The issue of infrastructure, how are we developed? There's the issue of the movement of people. There are issue of the custom. There are issue of energy. There are issue of taxes, to mention just a few. So now, ranking all these pillars, you find like SADC is doing quite well in terms of the financial integration. That's one of the areas that is really doing quite well. But when it comes to movement of people, we are lagging behind when you compare to EAC. So we can't really say that as SADC we are lagging behind, but it's all the regs. Yeah, we might be good in this pillar of financial integration, but we're not doing quite well in terms of the pillar of infrastructure, and or we are not doing quite well in terms of the movement of people. When you read this report, you find the comparison is not only SADC and EAC, but rather all the regs, the COMESA, the EAC, the SADC, the ECOWAS, the CEMAC, all this, and the whole of Africa. Try to see which one is doing well and where the best practice other regs can learn from. So we can't really say that we are not doing quite well. We are doing quite well, but when comparing with each other, we might be slightly behind in one of the indicator, but not all.
Perfect. So you've mentioned some great things that SADC is doing, but surely you are faced with some big challenges ahead to try and achieve your pillars. What would you say are your top 2 challenges that keep you up at night?
Peace and security. Peace and security can be the first challenge. And why I'm saying this, you see, we are a large reg where we've got 16 member states, and always politics in Africa is unpredictable. You work today, you find there's a coup in certain country, or you find the country has been there's political chaos. So as SADC, we always make sure that whenever there's such incidents, we are ready to intervene. And as we speak, we have established the permanent army or support in DRC, in Mozambique. All this is to ensure that we are addressing the peace and security. This is very in line with our strategy, RSDP, the one I've mentioned earlier, that the first foundation is to ensure that we have peace and security. There's no way as a region we can be progressing well in terms of economy and social well-being if other member states are still fighting. That means they can't come on the table and negotiate and discuss with the other member states, because the concern will be the well-being of their own people. So as SADC, this is one of the critical issues that it's really trouble the region. The second big challenge is in terms of the infrastructure. You will agree with me that infrastructure, both soft and hard, is still a challenge, a key to the region. Take an example of flight. Airways, where traveling in Africa is much expensive than traveling from Gaborone to Europe. Getting a flight from Gaborone to Lusaka, you have to go via South Africa. Luckily, if you travel maybe over the weekend, that's when you can get the direct flight. But look in terms of the cost, it's very expensive than one who takes the flight from Gaborone to go to the United Kingdom or to go to Sweden in terms of the cost. So it's really a critical issue to us. In terms of the road infrastructure, still is a critical issue to us. You find the private community, someone who is a business person need to transport the goods from, let's say, from South Africa to DRC. It can take even 2 weeks for a consignment to arrive. Forget about the stopover on the roads and the hassling that they're getting at the border. And as we speak now, we have embarked on the issue of Kasumba Lesser border, which is the border between Zambia and DRC, where there have been a lot of noises from the private community that it takes a lot of time for them to clear their goods to both sides. So as Secretariat, we have tried to intervene and see what can be done to ensure that we resolve that scenario at the border. So the infrastructure and peace in the region, these are the really critical issues that we are facing. Maybe to add again, in terms of the infrastructure, when we speak of the ICT, making calls within the member state is very expensive. Not easy for one to do the roaming. Now, if you compare with our sister rates like EAC, where now they've got roaming, someone traveling to Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, there's no roaming cost. It's like it's one network. But here, just cross the border from Botswana to South Africa, you are near roaming. The charge total goes up. Moving here to Angola is something else. So we are saying we need to ensure that we harmonize this policy to ensure that we have got one network. Because we are talking of one regional integration, one unit, one destiny. What kind of one unit, one destiny if still really some of these pet issues that we are yet to address or we are unable to address? So unless these two challenges have been really addressed, then we can see the green light to our integration that we want to achieve.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share as we embark on our mission to impact 1 million African lives by 2026.
This podcast is brought to you by Transformation Leader. You can follow us at www.t4leader.com.